Transformers reviews, tech and the news, whatever else I use as a muse. Hit subscribe, I appreciate the views. Influences interest on YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. This is Influence, and thank you for joining me today. I got something different. The Batman Who Laughs in the Robins. This is McFarlane's Toys. The Batman Who Laughs. I don't know much about this character because I didn't really know about this character. This review is sponsored by Mozcast. You know, check him out. Link will be in either the description or the first comment, probably both. So check his channel out. And yeah, this is interesting. I like Batman. This is from my understanding, this is an alternate Earth Batman. It's from Earth -22. And he's part of the Dark Universe or something like that. I know you guys are probably cringing, the people that love this character. Like, I see that he's I was reading that, you know, he's a favorite amongst people, newer Batman characters. So we'll get into it. Get into the box. I just want to show it real quick. So this is what you get. I know the lights are a little much, kind of, because this is a box. We'll see it more out the package, but just has a box. You got a little bit of, you got the window in the back, you got the artwork. I do like this. This looks really nice, showing off what they look like. And you got other figures that are out, McFarlane Toys, all that good stuff. So let's get into it. So here we are out the box, and straight out the box you get 4 stands for the 4 figures, and they just have the one knob each stand, and they have a little branding for DC. You get 2 cards. You get a card for Batman, and you get a card for the Robins. And on the back, they're pretty nice cards. On the back, they got the data files. You can pause it and read it if you want to do that. You get 3 chains. They're metal and they're not linked together. You got 2 weapons, sickle type weapon and a knife, kind of half sickle knife thing. And of course you got the figures. First you got the Robins. You see their faces. Let's compare them. So they do look pretty different in the face. I like that. I actually like the way they look. They're pretty haunting, pretty scary looking. If you don't like clowns, like, this would be a nightmare walking, nightmare in a box. And they all have similar outfits on. You see, they just have differences. Pretty much the same outfit. They're pretty the same, articulated as well, except like his legs are more in a weird position. And I think that's the difference. Like, their legs are weird. Like, his legs are in a different position than the rest of them. I think, I don't know. Maybe it's just, no, it's just the way it was. I retract that statement. So they're pretty much alike body wise. Then you have the Batman. So you see his face sculpt, which is pretty nice. Pretty nice face sculpt. I like that. They won't really stand on the 360, so I'll go over articulation in a minute. I'm going to do Batman's articulation. I'm going to do Robin's articulation. I will show all of them in the 360 once I get them on their stands, once I go over articulation. But we'll just see it real quick. Articulation. I'm only going to do one of the Robins because they're basically the same. So his head can spin all the way around like the Exorcist, like he looks. Yo, he really looks crazy. Like, this looks scary. Goes up about that far, goes down, but the hook for the chain is kind of in the way. So it doesn't go as far down as maybe you would like it. His arms go all the way up like this. And they're on ratchets, soft ratchets. Goes down. He has an elbow. Gets you about that much. His hand, yeah, his hand, the glove does get in the way, but it bends a little bit. It's nice. It can go all the way around so you can get a different pose. His waist, he does seem to have a waist bend. He may have a bend up here also, but this is kind of tight. It gets in the way. It's not cloth, it's rubber, but it's like a soft rubber. So you see, there you go. You can get the up there. And he has a little bit of waist. His swivel is like on a ratchet. It's really tight, so I'm not going to do it too much since this isn't really mine. His legs, again, he has these shorts on that are rubber, so it kind of limits the articulation that you can get. His knee, he goes about 90 degrees. He does have a little thigh swivel up there. The cape moves a little bit. It is rubber, but it's like hard. It's like rigid rubber. I'm sure people who get these figures on a regular know. I don't get these figures on a regular, so I'm just going over everything. You get the ankle like that, and I think you get a little bit of rocker, but you do get like a toe tilt, a big toe tilt, so you can, you can have him look like he's kind of running or just resting on that foot. Yeah, that's about it for articulation. Like I said, the rest of the Robins are pretty much the same. Batman's probably pretty much the same as well, and he probably has the same limitations due to the costume. So his head doesn't do a lot due to the costume because it is rubber and it's softer rubber. It's not as rigid, so you can move it about if you need him to turn like this or like this, and he can get down about that much. He can go up about that much. Side to side, got a little bit of side to side. These ears are soft, so they can be bent. Arms wise, I'm not sure. Seems like his arms, yeah, there we go. It's pretty tight, but you can get it. Let me see. Not gonna do that one. You see, you can get it about that much. It is tight. It moves differently, and this right here seems to be split maybe, but you do get that bicep swivel right there. You get a double jointed elbow, and he gets you all the way up. You get hands that spin all the way around. You can have them up like that or down like that, and they're fixed. They're both fixed, like they'll be holding the Robin's chains or the weapons or something. Then his legs, he can go out a little bit more because the costume isn't actually on him. It's molded on as his legs, the bottom part. And this part is pretty flimsy. So you get about that much for the splits. Can move his leg about that much and that much. The articulation limits are mostly because of the costume, because this is rubber and it just doesn't lend itself to move around very well. But this is double jointed, so he can definitely get all the way up. And I guess if you get him in between his cape, you can get it like that. His boot or foot, he gets the toe tilt also. He gets up all the way like that, gets down about like that, and he gets rocker. I don't know how much. I'm not going to force it. And you also have his upper body has some type of ab crunch, but it's hard because all this is rubber, hard rubber. So the easiest way for me to get this in here is I pull this down like this and I just kind of let it drop in there itself and then pull it back up. I can't even see now on camera because it's pretty difficult to do, but if you do it like this, it's a little easier. And you just thread that through there like that. I don't know if you saw that. Here's the 360 of. And these figures are pretty sick. Man, I don't need anything else to collect, but if I did, I probably would go in on these. I'm kind of interested in this character now. What I think, without, as you know, I'm not the best person with reviewing just regular figures. Transformers, I'm not an expert at anything, any of that anyway, but I've got experience. So I put it that way. You know, I've been collecting for 5-6 years now. Probably 6 years, closer to 7. And it's mostly been Transformers, so I can speak about that a little bit better. But these figures are great. I like these figures. Again, I say that to say I'm not exactly sure what people actually look for in a regular action figure. I know articulation is one. I know build and sculpt, of course, that's with any figure that you collect. But I'm not sure how they would feel about the limitations in the articulation. So I can say that they're not a bother to me because I'm not a super great poser. So it wouldn't be a bothersome for me anyway. All right, I'm getting dizzy, so I'm gonna cut it off and we're gonna go. I'm gonna talk more about it. As I was saying, I think these are some great figures, and if you're into this character, I think this would be a good add to your collection. Again, look at my review. I just went over objectively what the stuff is. I didn't really touch on the paint too much. Paint looks great. Like, the skin looks like it's the skin of Joker. Like it's kind of has like pits and stuff in his legs and on the face, kind of. I mean, I guess how it would be if you had a jacked up, you got the small gas, or I don't know what happened to these guys, but whatever happened to them, I can see it looking just like this if this is what happened to them. All right. So yeah, I think I'm through babbling on about these figures, but yeah, I like them. I like them. All right, so I'll get up with you in another one.
Ain't over, life ain't over, life ain't over, life ain't over. As long as you're alive, you can give another try and take it real high if you want.